This will be a quick overview of GMCR. As you can see, GMCR is currently set up. You can almost see the inverse head and shoulders here at a diagonal. Let me first draw a Fibonacci retracement against the pattern from the gap up on 2-4. And then we will establish our neckline. The neckline can't be drawn horizontally from the all-time high, as the left shoulder must establish and touch the neckline and then break down out of the pattern. So for this, you're going to look for an ascending pattern. I usually try to find my neckline on an ascending pattern, somewhere where a trend establishes and then changes and then backtests and fails. For this one, it would be something similar to this. As you can see, the pattern was established, it broke down, it backtested the pattern, and then it still failed out, creating a large dip in the pattern. It confirms the right shoulder here as it fails, and it is starting to break out here. Most inverse head and shoulders have a channel between the shoulder and the neckline. Some establish different triangles, but for this one we can see that the pattern is indeed in a channel. I'm going to go ahead and delete out all these interior Fibonacci levels, as we do not need them. Then I'm also going to delete the interior Fibonacci retracements on the channel, as they're no longer relevant to the pattern. So there, we don't really even need the 100, to be honest. There. So now you can see there is a left shoulder, right shoulder, and the head. So for targets on an inverse head and shoulder, you simply take the price of the head subtracted from the neckline when the head was established. So for this example, the head is established at 90. The neckline when the head is established is around, call it 120.50, giving you a difference of 30.50. Then you take that by 74% of the range, giving you an expected breakout of the pattern at 22.57. Assuming the price of the breakout was 124.30, gives you a target of 146.87. Gonna throw that on here real quick. 146.87. Obviously, the target is not 100% accurate. It's just a guidance and a gauge of the possible range of motion. Never buy a particular stock and then just assume it's going to get to your targeted range. So, name inverse head and shoulder target. Okay, as you can see, the previous pattern's 161.8 fib retracement is up here also at the 146.1 area, giving you another reason to target this general range on the completed move of the pattern. One could assume, as long as the breakout continues, that the pattern will follow this trend line and possibly invoke a steeper trend line at some point. If we go ahead and we scale out on the time axis, don't need 50. Scale out on the time axis 50 bars. You can see that the break and the uptrend both occur in this general vicinity, giving you an estimated date to reach target as 7/28. But as I've said before, a secondary trend line could be established at any direction. So my final date would be at the most 7/28. If you want to check your work a little further, maybe you need another reason, you could always just test your Fibonacci's against other price points. You see this one establishes the 261.8 retracement from that pattern here at the 144 level. And if you wanted to go back even further to test it, you could do something on the 3-year of the last pattern breakout, something like this. You see how that sticks the old 261.8 up there, also in our target range. So one could assume a targeted range on a breakout and hold of this neckline to be somewhere in the 242 to 248 range. Right here would be my my only target. You'd obviously want to make sure that the neckline here held as a confirmation to enter, and then at any point in which the current primary uptrend of the pattern would break, one would also look to exit the play.